Oh, I need to stop for a minute. Editing a video, sound file of Mum's, and I've just got totally lost in listening to it. So how about we just stop that part and do this part? Let's get into it.
Never gonna stop now, baby.
Yeah, let's just get the hair done. Get it out of the way. Oh my goodness me. Busy day. Busy day. Yeah, so what do I want to talk about today? This viral vertigo, not going anywhere. So I've found a place down the road that specialises in viral vertigo to knock this on the head, because I went out on Saturday, and even though there was no hitch, it was fine. I suffered for it that night, and I got two little really intense dizzy spells, and I'm like, yeah, I'm done with this. I'm done trying to do the Epley manoeuvre at home. I'm probably not doing something right. I've probably got something a little bit different. I've got to figure out which one, based on the eyes going round and round and round and round, or whether they're going this way, or whether it's Meniere's disease or whatever they call it. I don't know. All of which can be managed, but I'm sick of this unknown variable. I have no idea what I'm doing. So instead of accepting the situation, I am grasping the bull by the horns, and I'm meeting it head on by getting it diagnosed properly. So yeah, I know you're probably all going, oh, thank God for that. Finally. So sorry in advance if you've been, when is she going to go to the doctor and get this bloody sorted? Well, it's going to be sooner rather than later, because I can't deal with this anymore. It's just, it's manageable, but when you've got to have anti-sicky pills in your bag all the time, just in case you get one of those episodes and you feel like you're going to throw up, I can't live like that. And my ears are itching, and the hearing's not quite right, and I found myself going, I'm moments away from using one of those bloody horns that those old people use, going, pardon, can you speak up? So yeah, I just can't do it. So look, the outing on Saturday, we just went to North Lake Shopping Centre. We went to go to the Optus shop to, the aim was to try and sort out a situation that I've now had to go to the Ombudsman for. Situation that's been going on for 15 years, and they still haven't fixed it. Yeah, why did I wait so long? Well, like I told the fella from the Ombudsman, he said, yeah, well, how come you waited so long? So, well, I was medicated for a good deal of that time, and I'm not on that medication anymore, so I'm very much aware of what's going on around me. Yeah, that's a bit scary. But I said prior to that, I was on medication, and that sort of medication, you sort of like, it relaxes you a little bit too much. You tend to go with the flow, and you tend to accept an awful lot of what's going on around you. Oh, well, meh. And you just disregard. And since that's not my mantra anymore, I like to try and fix it, and I've been trying to fix it, and Optus are being an absolute bore. Not sponsored. So not sponsored. Oh my God. So yeah, it was a bust. We ended up going there for, the reason we went there was a bust. We got told one set of information through the phone, and then when we got to the shop, we got told something different. So one department doesn't know what the other department's doing. The shop doesn't even know what's on their own website in terms of what they should or shouldn't do. No, they've got no idea. So since I'm not willing to accept it is what it is, I am, because so this the phrase, it is what it is. Yeah, that's great. That's lovely. But tomorrow never comes. Tomorrow may never come. So why don't we fix it now? It's called taking some responsibility for the situation and trying to fix it, But if you're not going to do that, then that's fine. Whatever. Doesn't worry me. You go ahead, do you. I just don't have time to be bounced around between one department and another, between one lie and the next. I just don't have time for it anymore. Tempus fugit. And, I haven't got time. I just don't have time. I really don't. So anyway, when we were out, my husband and I, we did start to get a bit peckish. So, hubby said, I'm hungry. I said, well, let's eat. He said, yeah, but what can you have? I said, have they got a McDonald's here? He went, yeah. I said, look, you know what? I'm in a fix. I'm in a bind. I could eat. I am hungry. And I said, I'm just going to do what Dr. Ken Berry did in a video. If you're in a pickle and you're in a fix, just get some hamburger patties and that'll tide you over. So that's what I did. I got some hamburger patties, 3, from McDonald's. Now, I was pleasantly surprised that, when you actually just have the patties on their own without all the fluff. Now, by fluff, I mean the bread roll, the special sauce, the lettuce, the this, the that, the other, right? When you just have the meat. I was actually quite surprised. They really are made out of mince meat. Now, this is the funny thing. If you haven't seen my video about plug in one's nose to get some meat into you, if you've got a meat aversion, then I'll link it, or at least put it in the description box below. I was able to eat that without these. That's the first thing that made me go, huh? But I had no problem eating it. But I suffered for it the next day. Oh my God. Now, by suffer from it, I did not have any additional pain in the body, like as in inflammation. I could just feel my body trying to digest it. I'm just saying. So we won't be doing that again. No, we would just cross that off the list. Yeah, we're not going there again. But, I was on my scooter. I had a good time. We walked around for ages and, it was a nice afternoon. Hubby and I didn't have any kids around us. It was just him and I. And we had a look at various shops and stuff like that. And we're talking, communicating, and just enjoying each other's company. It was good fun. It was lovely. So I guess you're probably wondering how I did with weigh-in and measurements this week. So how did I happen? Let's just cue the montage. Yeah. Go figure. I know. That's a decent loss. Well, across the board. I mean, the hips went up a bit, but hello, here we are over a year into this thing. And if we haven't learnt that the body composition is always changing, then if we haven't learnt it by now, we never will. So we may as well just get with the program, folks. I mean, it's just how it is. Now, an interesting thing that I want to add about using these, okay? I did put a disclaimer on the video. You need to be responsible. Okay? You need to test the waters to see if the meat aversion's finished. So, don't use this as a forever fix. Please be responsible. All right? Like I said, not a doctor. It helps me now. And, in a couple of days, maybe on the weekend, I'm going to try. I did try again last night. It's like, no. My husband made smash burgers. And what I did was I waited until he brought the plate out here with the burgers on them. And the smell. No, wasn't happening. So it was like, let's put this on right now. And I got through. Okay, the burger patties were 200 grams a piece. And he also put an egg on each one. And he did a soft fried egg so that, I could make a bit of a sauce. You know what I mean? And there was some bacon as well. Now, the funny thing I've discovered is, first of all, it helps with texture as well. Don't know why. I don't know how that works. No idea. Okay, that's the first thing. I've yet to test scrambled eggs. Daniel, darling, I am going to test scrambled eggs this week and see if I can actually tolerate eating scrambled eggs with these on. Okay, because I love scrambled eggs. I really do. That and poached eggs. Yeah, that and poached eggs are my favourite. But scrambled, definitely my favourite. But what I've discovered is that when I'm wearing these, right, it's like if you take the smell of food and the taste out of the mix, this is for me, cannot account for everyone else. When I take the smell and the taste out of the mix, I can really feel when I'm actually full. And it's not governed by smell and taste. It's governed by my belly going, you've had enough. It's not a case of, cutting into the food going, it smells putting me off, I can't eat anymore. I know what it feels like now to be truly full, just by the feel in my belly. That is a good thing. And look, I've been using this now for about a week. I've been getting more meat into me, and okay, there's been increased movement as well. Look at the measurements, look at the weight loss. That's not to say that I won't do some fasting in the future. I will. I think there's a benefit to it. Absolutely. Absolutely. But I just don't feel ready. I don't feel ready. And one thing that I've taken away from Coach Raymond, bless his heart, you can't come at any of this from a place of fear, because if you come at it with fear, then you've already shot yourself in your own foot from the word get-go. Because if you're stressed about food, if you're stressed about doing a certain aspect of this lifestyle, your stress levels are going to go up. Your cortisol's going to go up, and bang, you're stuffed. So I can't afford to come at it from a place of fear. So I'm not taking it off the table. I do want to try some fasting in the future, but not yet. For now, I really need to get the nutrients into my body, and this is how I have to do it. I am going to be responsible. Like I said, tried it last night. Smell. No, not happening. But I'll probably test it again in a couple of days and see if I can handle the smell and the taste. And if I can't, back it goes on. I'll keep testing it. And who knows, it may never go. And I may have to fast, like you guys have actually advised, in order to be really large amounts of hungry. And like, okay, the body's going to go, okay, you're hungry. It doesn't matter. Just eat. And I'll be fine. But for now, this viral vertigo, the stool that I've had, and there's just other medical stuff going on. Lady part stuff. Yeah, that's come back with a vengeance. So my body is trying to heal. And in order to do that, I feel, for me, that I need the nutrients, which means I need to get the meat into me. I really do. So I think I will leave it there for the week. It's not been a bad week. Can't complain. I mean, nobody listens anyway. I hope that you have a great week that's coming up. As for a Friday video, not really sure yet. Probably not. Probably not, unless I have something really urgent to report. But in the meantime, I would like you to be kind to those around you. Protect your peace. Don't take any crap. I don't know how many times I'm going to have to say, don't say it. Just don't do it. And be kind to yourself, even if it means a little tough love. No, you don't need that cookie. No, you don't need that donut. No, you don't deserve it because you've been good for a week. Be real. Okay? Okay. You are loved. You are appreciated. And you are definitely enough. You really are. I'll see you next time, folks. I love you guys. Mwah!
Yeah.